Thank you so much for joining our Be a Book Boss event tonight. We're so happy you're here. If you can, as soon as you sign on, just drop a comment and let us know if you're here live or if you're watching the replay, which is fine. We just want to know if you made it and if you found it. So thank you guys so much for being here and putting it on your schedule and sharing where you're from. It was really cool to see all the different places where everybody is from, because our team is all over the United States. And so chances are that when you join, there's going to be a team member nearby you. So that's really cool. So I am going to open up here actually reading out of one of our books. So this is a tiny segment of one of our favorite books, Bears Don't Read. And you'll see why we chose this one for tonight here in a second. I'm just going to read a little bit to get us going, okay? So here we go. Most days, George sat on a bench at the edge of the woods and stared out at the distant hills. He wondered about life. Oh, life is lovely, he thought. Tra-la-la and all that. But is this it? He thought. Is this all there is? This was about the time, the first time I was reading this with my son, that I was like, I was not expecting that. His brothers and sisters never wondered about anything. They were perfectly happy chatting, fishing, doing the usual bear things, and telling the same old stories over and over again. But George was bored. He didn't want to do the usual bear things anymore. He wanted other things. But what? He wondered. Okay, so maybe you're like George, because if you're like me, I was like George before I found UBAM, which is what we lovingly call Usborne Books and More. So I love this book because it ties in perfectly the thoughts that I had before joining this amazing company. So, hi, my name is Gina Shear. I'm a senior director with Usborne Books and More, leader of Team Bookshare Leaders and Co., along with many other fantastic leaders that are here tonight. And before I joined UBAM, I was staying at home with my 17-month-old son, but also running an in-home daycare. My husband was a teacher, public school teacher. He was a band director, and we needed a little bit of extra income to kind of make things work just right, make ends meet. And so an in-home daycare was how God provided for us at that time, in that time that we needed that, and that was fantastic. We were so happy and fortunate for that. But about a year and a half into that, I started to realize this is really hard and tiring. It's not quite giving us the amount of income that we needed to prepare for the future. It was getting us by, but we were not really saving. We were not able to, go on vacation. We were not able to take care of emergency expenses when they came up. And that was really the scary part. That if a car broke down or if the air conditioner went out, we were like, ah. So that was kind of our situation. And there was a point, and it's, it's different now, but I know that when I look back at that point in my life, I was very stressed and I was worried and anxious about the future. And I remember very vividly sitting in the car with my husband and just crying and saying to him, like, there has to be something that I can do from home so I can still be at home with my son, but that is not going to be so exhausting, that can make me a little bit more money, and that I can do longer term. What is it? And he was like, I don't know, babe. So of course I took to Google, obviously, and I Googled like work from home mom jobs that aren't illegal, also lucrative, something like that. Came up with absolutely nothing and was stuck. And then I got a text from my sister-in-law, and she said, have you ever heard of Usborne Books? She invited me to a Facebook party. I went, and for some reason I did not see the opportunity. It was whoosh. It was right there in front of me, but I didn't go like, man, this seems like something I could totally do right now. I just saw this girl posting about books, and I was like, yeah, opportunity, blah, blah, blah. that's for other people, not me. And so that went by, and then I ended up hosting for her. And through hosting, I realized, okay, she's making significant amounts of money tonight from my party. I need to try this, you know? And so I did, and immediately I decided, like, okay, if I can just replace my in-home daycare money so that I can do this instead, that would be fantastic. That was about $1,600. And a few months went into that, and finally I met my goal there. And then I was like, okay, I mean, maybe I can work up to my former full-time job income. Maybe, let's set that goal. Hit that goal, and I was like, okay, maybe I can retire my husband from his job. Why not? And I did that even with UBAM, you guys. This business opportunity is incredible. And you, whatever it is that you want to get out of it, you have that opportunity. And so that is what we want to talk to you about tonight. You're going to hear from several people from our team about a few different things, how we make money in this business, what kind of support you're going to get, how this all works. And by the end of it, we hope that you have a very clear understanding of how you can fit this into what you're already doing and make a huge impact, not only for your own family, but for this mission of promoting literacy, book ownership, and reading at home that we care very deeply for. And so that is a little bit about me and what we're gonna do tonight. By the end of tonight, we hope you stick around because we have a very special and exciting offer just for you guys who are here at this event. We are not extending this to anybody else. It's just for you guys, and we're going to share the details of that at the end, okay? So to kick us off here, I am going to bring on Bree, and I'm going to click on her name. Now, I'm going to go, while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, we do this often. Okay, difficulties. If that happens, you just hang up.
Hey, it worked right away. I'm so excited, you guys. You guys, this is so much fun being at these types of events. I don't know about you. Like, I sit in my room here and I'm like pumped because I see that there are people here that are interested in the Book Boss lifestyle, and I am so excited to share a little bit about my story with you guys. So while you guys are still getting comfy in your bed or your living room or wherever you all at, I want you to kind of take a look around, like your space, wherever you're at, and I want you to think about the things that you have recently purchased because they were recommended to you. So like, it was like back to school craziness for everyone. So maybe you were looking for like that recommendation for like the perfect lunchbox. Or maybe, I don't know about you, but were you in the pumpkin spice latte craze today? And maybe you tried that pumpkin cream cold brew because your girlfriend messaged you about it. I don't know. Just saying, I know I got some messages about it. So anyways, our life is filled with things around us that have been recommended to us because, y'all, we don't have the time to research all the things. We don't have the time to buy all the things. Like, we need to be smart about it. So we rely on our friends and families to provide recommendations to us. So the reason I bring this up is because we are in an amazing business. Usborne Books and More gets to provide the recommendations for the best product in the world. Children's books, you guys. Like, everyone loves kids' books. Think about all those books that make your family smile. Kids all grow out of books. They always need more books. And everyone is happy to give and receive a book. And that is what we have here with the Usborne Books and More world. So anyways, I just wanted to quick introduce myself. My name is Bree. Like Gina said, I am a team leader with Usborne Books and More. I've been with the family for almost 2 years. So I don't know about you guys, but like, you know, I attended a party and I was like amazed. And I don't know about you, but it was the Shine a Light books that did it for me. It was the Shine a Light Human Body with the Pregnant Belly. If you guys don't know that book, you need to look it up because I'm telling you, it floored me. And so I attended a party like this, and I needed to have all the books. So I had 5,000 books on my wish list, and I decided to host a party. So I hosted a party and fell in love with it even more. And so I was sitting there, like, kind of like Gina was. I'm like, could this be something for me? Like, could I do something like this as well? I am a military spouse. I don't know. There's usually at least always one other military spouse here in the crowd. So hello, fellow military spouses, which means I move around a lot. I move frequently. So it's really hard for me to keep what's called like a traditional job outside of the home. But, I had an education. I wanted to work. I missed it, but didn't want to give up the stay-at-home lifestyle. But I wanted something more. I wanted something that can challenge myself. I wanted something that was me all mine. And I found that with Usborne Books and More. So let's dive in a little bit here, because you're probably thinking like, okay, I already know I love the books because I'm obsessed and I have a wish list that's like 5,000 pages long. But like, how does something like this actually work? So let's break it down here for you guys, because if you guys join the team, you guys we'll all virtually be friends, and when you meet each other in person, you will learn that I am super analytical. I am the girl that has like the lists, like Post-it note pro-con lists. Like, I'm not even joking. I did a pro-con list when I was thinking about joining. And so I wanted to kind of talk to you about like what through my head and how this thing actually can work for you. So you join the Usborne Books and More family. Hooray! We help you plan a launch party. What this means is you get to tell your friends and family that you have joined the UBAM family. So you're going to invite them to a party just like that you've probably attended yourself. And you're going to provide book recommendations. You're going to help them shop. You're going to help them find the best books for their kiddos in their life. And guess what? Those guests, they're going to buy the books just like you bought the books. And you get to make commission on those books. You make commission from every sale that you make. And what's going to happen, there are going to be guests at the party that cannot afford their full wish list. I don't know about you, my wish list was like literally like $600, like my first party, out of control. So people need to host. And that person's going to host a party. You will be their consultant, and then you're going to help them throw their party. Now what happens is you're going to have guests at that party that are strangers to you. You're going to meet more people. You're going to provide more book recommendations. Those people are going to shop. You're going to make more commission and hopefully throw another party from that. This is how our business works. You have a party, so we call it like kind of like a party format or a party business, where we meet new people that help broaden our networks. You're always meeting new people. The consultant that invited you to this party most likely has customers that are in almost all the states, all over here in America, from all corners, because we are able to meet people virtually through this business. And it's absolutely wonderful because this lets you have a business as big and as wonderful as you want it to be. So guys, I'm telling you, this is going to absolutely work for you. There are some other ladies here that are going to be joining us tonight to share their story about why they joined Usborne Books and More and how this can absolutely work for you. So while Gina's getting ready to introduce the next gal to this chat, I'm going to want you to drop a little number here or where you're holding your phone. And I want you to think about like all the people you know in your life that would absolutely love these books, like your teacher friends, the grandmas, your neighbor, your besties, the people you knew from like high school, all the people that you think would love these books. Drop that number in the comment, 25 people, 30 people, 50 people, and get ready to meet another fantastic book boss. You guys have a fantastic rest of the night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Yay, thank you. Isn't Brie awesome? I love hearing from her because, like she said, she is very what we call green. We have personality assessment, life in colors that we use, and she's the green personality, which means that she is all about data and research and numbers. And that's why we have her talk to you guys, because she's super smart and she's done all the research for you already. Speaking of, if you can actually recommend a lunchbox to me, I would love that. I'm looking for one that has a little fork attached to it, because last year my son was jealous of the kids with Lunchables and the kids who had the cool fancy little compartment lunchboxes with a fork attached. So if you could just drop some links, that would be awesome. Okay, new idea. Direct sales company that sells lunchboxes. Shark Tank idea. Okay, just kidding. Not going anywhere. Love selling books. Okay, bring it on next. Kaylee. Cersei. Yes, somebody asked if you can do this working a full-time job. Yes, girl. We have a lot of awesome people on our team who work full-time jobs in addition to doing this. Nicole Hartford is one. I saw her commenting. Also, Jamie Cabot. I don't know if she is here, but several very successful, awesome peeps. Looking for Kaylee. Not sure. Kaylee, can you comment? I tried to bring you on, but it just says that you were invited. Maybe you're trying to hook up right now. I'll just keep stalling. So, wait, I'm trying to push your name here. Bring Kaylee Cersei on camera. Adding.
Cool.
I don't have to
Hello.
sing any songs. This is great.
We'll see if we can get going here.
Okay.
So as we were talking about your lunchbox, I was just thinking, I was wondering if you're going to say that we have these little things that you can earn from the home office every single month. And this month, it's a lunchbox. It does not have a fork attached, but it's going to be really, really cute.
Do you
And I
have
think,
the other lunchbox handy? I'll go get mine while you're talking.
hey, do that, because I mean, I'm like kind of connected here. So, hi everybody. While I just have the microphone and Gina has walked away, I will try to stay on task and oriented here. So, my name is Kaylee Cersei. I am coming to you live from my playroom in Austin, Texas. I joined the company almost 4 years ago. Right after Gina in November, it will be 4 years, which is like crazy to think about. 4 years, and like I would just never have imagined when I started then that I would be sitting on my playroom floor talking to you guys tonight, because I remember what it was like right then when I joined. Like, I remember the very first party that I was invited to. It was by my younger sister's best friend, and I was sitting there on my couch nursing my 6-month-old baby while my husband watched TV and my older son was asleep. And I distinctly remember, like, I was on my phone nursing the baby, and like I I like this thing. Like, I had a wish list just like Bree, way more than I needed to spend on books. But I was thinking to myself, like, as I was sitting there, like, I could do this. I could do this from sitting here right here on my couch, one hand in with my phone and one hand holding the baby, and like I was book partying, and it was amazing. And so I am going to talk to you guys just really briefly tonight about sort of the one question that I had when I very first joined, and that I'm assuming that you guys probably have sitting here thinking tonight, is what is this going to look like when I very first start? Like, as a brand new person, what am I going to be doing? Who is going to be there to help me? How in the world will I ever make it look like X, Y, or Z party that I have seen? And so I'm here to talk to you a little bit about that tonight. The answer is simple. You have us. You have this entire team. You're going to have your sponsor, a team leader. They may or may not be the same person. And then a huge team, a huge Facebook team page that is there to help you as well. As a brand new consultant, you are going to be given all of the tools that you need to do to host your own lunch party, which is what Bree was just talking about. We have scripts that you can, like, literally copy and paste from. We have all the graphics there, all the videos are there, everything is in order, and all you have to do is move it to your party and invite your friends and have some fun with it. Like, that's your part in it. From behind the scenes, you are going to have somebody like me or Gina or your sponsor, whoever it is that has invited you to this thing tonight, is going to be on the other side of the computer there with you too. So, like, maybe not right next to you, but they're going to be there, like, right alongside there, coaching you and encouraging you. And they are going to be cheering from you from wherever they live. They could be in Alaska, they could be in Florida, you could be in California or Washington, but you have this huge team of people here with you, which I think is so cool. We have new consultant orientations. We have things called Zoom. Has anybody ever done a Zoom before? If not, now is a great time to start. It's like a free video conferencing to do all these sorts of trainings. There's going to be online trainings that you can access from your team page, from another website, from a Google Drive. We have all the resources that you could need. However you sort of like to process information, we are going to be there to give it to you. And I just think to myself, like, whenever I was very first starting, and I was so worried about, like, what is it? What am I doing here? And I think, like, what if I hadn't taken that initial jump right then? Like, what if I hadn't done, like, well, this thing is $75. I'm just going to go for it. And like, now here I am nearly 4 years later, and like,
loving it. I'm excited about the books. My kids are still excited about the books. I'm still excited to share about the books. And so I just wanted to say that if that is you on the other side of this screen tonight, know that you are not alone and that we are here for you, cheering for you and rooting for you as you start your new book business.
Yay! Thank you so much, Kaylee. Okay, so I looked for the lunchbox. Jordan claimed that thing like immediately. He hid it in his treasure chest we got from Home Goods. And then he hid his treasure chest somewhere. So all of that to say it's very important to him. But it's really cute. It's a lunchbox. Maybe somebody can take a picture of it in the comments. It's a lunchbox that says slow down and read, and it's a sloth reading. Genius. And I put it on top of my toilet for this video, and Kaylee was like, that's a weird place for the lunchbox to go. And I was like, is it though? Slow down and read. Slow down. Sometimes I have to tell my son that. Slow down. Okay, I have to say, I love that she said, her kids are still excited about the books, because tonight we went to my 5-year-old's junior kinder orientation, and one of the things that the teacher said, like, she's like on top. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, do I have it together enough to have a kid in junior kinder? I don't think so, but I'm gonna try. And there's this long list of things that she was like, make sure they have a routine in the morning, make sure they have a routine when they come home. I'm the person who loses my kids' folder. I'm that person that loses their kids' folder and then they get in trouble. I feel terrible. I'm like, we gotta keep up with the folder. Anyway, all of that to say, I read the long list of things I need to do better at. But she put, and I'm gonna get it on the, I'm gonna get the sheet in a second while Megan's talking and show it to you. But she put on that thing, read, read, read to your child, with your child. Make sure your child sees you reading. Have books everywhere. And I was like, we do that. Got it down. Yes. So I love that what we do, y'all. It's important. It's super important, not just to do for our own kids, but to be the advertisement, the walking advertisement around that goes like, yo, reading's important, man, because it's just not out there enough.
Hi.
Hey, Megan.
Hi, how are you?
Do you have the lunchbox handy?
I don't have the lunchbox handy. My daughters have stolen it, but I was in a similar place to you tonight. We also had parent orientation. My daughter just started kindergarten, and that was the same exact thing that I felt tonight. I was so apprehensive of, oh my gosh, how are we in kinder? How is this happening? And then she was like, the most important thing you can do is just read and prioritize. And I was like, okay, we've got this part down. So that felt really, really good. Okay, hi you guys. My name is Megan Blazig, and I have been with the company for just about 3.5 years. When I joined, my youngest daughter was 2 months old, and I was just like Kaylee, nursing a baby in the dark. Attended a party, and I was that crazy person who skipped over hosting and just thought, this seems really fun, and I want to talk about books with people all the time. So I joined, and I didn't talk to my husband because I'm kind of that spontaneous person who jumps in when I get really excited about things. So that's what I did. And I started inviting to my launch party, and he was like, what in the world are you working on? I don't understand. I was like, well, I did this thing. And so now I'm going to have a launch party. And I got really excited when I found out that I could earn the cost of my kit back, because at the time we really didn't have that extra money that I spent on the kit. But that was a motivating factor for me, that first party was going to be awesome and amazing. And I jumped in not knowing what it was to grow a team and to have people that I worked with. That wasn't anything that was on my radar, but all I knew is I wanted to talk books with as many people as possible. And when I joined, I was kind of in this maternity season of not photographing weddings and families as I had been, because I learned the first time with my oldest daughter that I needed to give my body solid plan and action for how our family was going to get the extra money. Sorry, I'm just making sure you can actually hear me. For how our family was going to have that extra income. So I, for a long time, worked as a photographer and as a book consultant with overlapping crazy business seasons. The fall is really exciting with our book business. And there's so much excitement to know that books are going under the tree for so many kids to be able to read. But it's totally possible. I've seen myself through the newborn season into this current season that I'm in, where my daughter is now going to school. And it's really exciting because at every single step, this company has met me exactly where I needed to be. And I've been able to mold it around what I need for my family, prioritizing books and reading. And I just want to be that family that kind of, even in the midst of, y'all, parenting is hard. It's really hard. And I often wonder how in the world I decided this was a good idea, because it's just, I get stuck and I don't know what to do. And when we're in those moments where I am just at a loss and I don't know how to communicate the problem, what I do know how to do is find a book on our shelves that matches up with what's going on, and for us to be able to walk through life together, cuddled up around the pages of a book on our comfy couch, and for us to sort of decompress and take a moment and step back. And that is what this business has given me a true sense of, and wanting other people to experience that. So I hope you guys are excited about reading and spending time with your families, and just allowing the books to meet you where you are.
Thank you so much, Megan. And I see some questions already coming up. You rock, girlfriend. Thanks. And I think she's a great example, especially of somebody who started, especially doing this while doing something else that took up a ton of time, and was able to be extremely successful still doing it. So I'm seeing some questions about like starter kit and things like that. We have an amazing director, Carly King, coming live right now after I stop talking, with what we call frequently asked questions. And that's definitely going to be something that you're going to want to check out. She's going to cover the cost of the starter kit, any additional fees that come after that. Spoiler alert, it's not much at all. It's hardly nothing. And some other things. So she's going to cover that. Donna, if you're still here, Donna said something awesome. She said, you guys seem to breathe in all of this technology. I'm 62. And guess what? I have another excerpt from Bears Don't Read to share with you that pertains to that. Okay, so George finds a book and he needs to learn how to read. Long story short, he runs into the village. They all scream and run away because guess what? He's a bear. And then he meets this little girl, Clementine. And the first time I read this, I filled with tears because I used to be a teacher. I taught band, taught little kids how to squeak on a clarinet, and they loved it. George didn't find reading easy at first. Even though he tried hard, he often made mistakes. But luckily, Clementine was a kind and patient teacher. I love that part. And here's why it pertains to you feeling apprehensive about technology. Your team leader is going to be a kind and patient teacher with you. And she is going to show you how to do this business at your pace. And, even if that means like it's going to take you a little bit longer to look at me, I'm like welling up tears just from reading that tiny little 2-sentence part. She's going to show you how to do this, and she's going to be a kind and patient teacher for you. So that's great news, is that our leaders are phenomenal, and they are going to walk alongside you. So I have one exciting thing to share before bringing Carly on. We love to offer the people who come to these fun Be a Book Boss events a special deal, a special prize, if you will. And this time it is going to be that you will be entered into a drawing for $150 in free books of your choice when you do two things. Number one, you sign up as a consultant by the end of August. So as long as it says August, 30 days has September, April, June, November, August 31st, I think I would have it by now. August 31st at 11:59 Central Time. Then if you sign up by then, and if you sell $1,000 in September, which remember, your kind and patient team leader teacher is going to walk alongside you as you do that. If you sign up by the end of August and you sell $1,000 in September, you will be entered into that drawing for $150 in free. Your birthday, Kaylee! $150 in free books. Kaylee, you still got that lunchbox? We're just gonna bring you on with the lunchbox really quick, and then Carly will come on. You guys, if you can point out the one similarity between 3 of the speakers tonight, you will get bragging rights. Okay, there's something that's the same with 3 speakers tonight. Okay, Kaylee, are you here? Bring lunchbox on. I don't have the green sign next to you. Maybe I can't bring you on again. Maybe you should just post a picture of it. Okay, so that's the big news. So here's what we want you to do. We want you to, the person who invited you, I don't know, it's not doing the, there we go. The person who invited you is going to, I don't think I can bring you on twice. It's not letting me. Whoops. The person who invited you is going to send you a message that says, okay, Carly has her lunchbox and she's going live next. She's going to send you a message that says, hey, did you make it to the thing? What'd you think? And you're going to be like, yeah, girl, let's do this. I'm ready. Let's send me, how do I, and she's going to send you a link where you sign up. It takes like 5 seconds to sign up. And then she will send you, you'll get an email, and then you'll get hooked up with the team, and then you'll get step-by-step instructions on how to do your launch alongside your sponsor and your team leader. They're going to help you. Oh dear, I have a child awake. This is ending. Perfect time. Okay. Carly, hey baby. Carly's going live with FAQs. Do you guys want to see my cute sleeping child really quick? Here, go under the, he's so cute though. Come here, say hi to all the future book ladies. Do you love our books? This is like cruel.